Hi guys, Frank here with Build Your Own, and this is my 1994 Chevy C1500. Today we're going to replace these worn out and rusted tailgate cables. They're all fraying and everything like that. They're super old. I'm sure they need to be replaced. So I've got new cables that I ordered from LMC Truck, so we can go ahead and replace the cables for the tailgate. I also have these new Glovebox straps. These hold up the glove box. My original ones have been missing since I replaced that air door actuator, and I did that video, and you have to take all this out to reach down in there to replace that air door actuator. The original ones were so frayed at the ends here, I couldn't get it to go back in the hole. I actually ordered these, or found these. I thought I'd find them at LMC Truck. I couldn't find them anywhere online. I ended up finding these on eBay. So I ordered them on eBay. They look brand new, honestly. They look and feel brand new. So we're going to replace these or get these installed on the truck so the glove box isn't falling down like it does now. It hangs down too far, and it was coming out of the socket here. I had to take all this apart to fit this back in here properly. This should only come down to about here. It shouldn't come down so far. And so that way now we can get that all fixed, and that's going to be a lot better. Lastly, I want to replace this Grant steering wheel horn button with a Chevy one. I just did the video putting this steering wheel on, and this Grant steering wheel, Classic Series steering wheel, came standard with this cap, and that's nothing wrong with that. But I went ahead and ordered this one that's got the Chevy logo on it. So we're gonna also put this on here as well. Okay, so these are all super easy things to do, so let's get started. Oh, real quick before we do, make sure you check out the playlist for my truck. I have over 50 videos of the truck since the day I got it, and you can be sure it did not look like it does now. I'll put the link to the playlist in the description below. Okay, so let's start with the tailgate straps. They look pretty straightforward. Seems like if you lift it up on the tailgate here and took out the slack, then you can get this one off. You can get that one off, but I'm gonna put that back on because I want that to be supported until I actually loosen up the bolts that hold the bottom one down here first. And this is actually a T30 Torx bit that does that. So I'm gonna actually support this with my knee while I undo these bolts here and replace these very frayed, tired, worn out cables. Okay, tailgate's done. These new straps look fantastic. Now I know everything's safe. I can jump up on this bed and it won't like break off on me. So that's all good. Let's move on to the glove box. Okay, so for these glove box straps, you know, they have this little locking piece right here. I took them out on this side here so that way you can actually get it to fit in the hole down here. Otherwise, if you have this piece in the middle of that, then it's going to be spread out. It'll be splayed. You won't be able to get it to fit down in there. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so you can see the top one's locked in there. The only way I was able to get that in there is by actually removing this whole piece out of there, so you can actually get it all in there. Otherwise, when it's like this, it's just too splayed to get it to fit in there. So we can see on this one, I've got it fit in there, and all I really need to do is put that in there, push it in, and that'll splay that end open, and that's what actually locks it in. So let me go ahead and do that on both sides here, and then we'll be done with the glove box. Okay, result, the straps are on. They're secure. They're not as strong, as tight as I thought. This one's a little loose up in the corner, but you know what? The truck's old. It's old. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm happy just to have it back. Now this thing's not going to be falling down. So that works. Let's move on to the horn button. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the negative battery cable, so that way the horn's not going off. Okay, so here's our Chevy cap. Here's our original Grant cap. On the back side of these, you've got these little notches here. So if we push down and twist this, we can get that to notch out of there. So let me go ahead. I'm probably gonna need 2 hands for that because I don't want to mess up the contact ring under there. So let me go ahead and use 2 hands to do that. Okay, so we got it off, and you can see this, they've got the tabs in there because they correspond with these little tabs that you can see right on the contact ring. There's 3 of those, and there's 3 of them on the horn button. And I've already got the spring. Everything's still in place, everything's intact. So all I need to do is put the new one on. So let me do that. Okay, so we got the new horn button installed, and you know what, it's just a little bit off, but you don't have all this freedom to move this thing around. Actually, this one's a lot harder to work with than the original cap that came with it, to be quite honest with you. So I'm gonna leave it on here, but we might end up putting a new cap on here at some other time. And the horn does still work. And what's nice about this is now when you press this, you're not going to always put a fingerprint on it, which would totally bug me. So now I can just press right here, and it doesn't put any fingerprints on all this nice polished aluminum or whatever it is. Okay guys, that's a wrap. If you found this video helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you watch for my next video. I've got 2 more things to do with the cooling system, and then the cooling system's a wrap. We've basically done everything on the cooling system. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll see you in the next video.